All right, what up, girlies? We're gonna talk about drama. Woo! I'd like to go back to talking about politics and stuff like that, dabbling in that a little bit. I'm getting kind of sick of YouTuber drama because most of that is just waiting for a topic to happen for me to fucking care about, which is like almost never. But I mean, there's a few interesting things. Don't get me wrong. There's a few interesting things that happen here and there, but I don't feel like I really care enough to like dedicate a fucking video to. Like, I might make a tweet or two about it, but that's about it. But obviously, this topic piqued my fucking interest. It's an idea that I've really realized. I think I want to say like last week when I saw like femyas get fucking pretty much bullied on Augie RFC's stream, and then continued to get pretty much chased off the fucking internet, and, you know, doxxed, harassed, you know, like typical Augie community things, you know. And I just noticed and I see a pattern, you know, and I titled this video very particularly "A Tale as Old as 2018" because the same thing fucking happened in 2018 to another fairly large, I want to say, controversial streamer, or rather a platform of sorts. I don't know what the fuck, show, whatever. And it was ran very similarly to how Augie is. So first I'm going to give a breakdown of what Augie RFC is, because some people don't fucking know what the fuck that is. Augie RFC is a drama commentary community person. I would say he's one of the he's a part of the squad, so to speak. And this squad contains Augie, Nick Diorio, Bo Blacks, Tommy, or not Tommy. Well, I mean, Tommy's more of like a side character. And Tom, Turkey Tom. That's generally the gist. You know, there's a couple side people here and there, but generally speaking, that's the main group. That's the main quadruplet or whatever. That's the main four people. And Augie, I would say, is the Augie, and his show is like the cornucopia of that. It's like the gathering. It's where they gather. They all gather on Augie's stream, and they talk about the same people for months on end, and cackling into the microphone like a bunch of hyenas. Used to be my thing, but not really. I kind of grew out of it. I watched Augie for, I want to say, a while. I want to say I've watched his show and his shit for a decent amount of time. I have a pretty good sense of his character, which is he's just an uncaring, unempathetic asshole on the internet. He'd tell you as much himself. Okay, listen. Okay, there is no mystery about that whatsoever. That is pretty concise. He's just a caring. He's just an uncaring, unempathetic person. Much like everyone else on that show, except for Bo Blacks. Bo Blacks is kind of an exception. He's a bit more reasonable. But the whole gist of the show, the big thing is like after hours, and essentially, it's sort of unprepared content where they just ramble and rant about shit that happened the past few weeks. And they shoot the shit with each other, and, you know, they bully people on there or whatever. You know, it's whatever. Like, it's not really a super unique show or anything. And sometimes things would get heated. Things would get spicy. It's people, you know, slurs are thrown around. Trans people are told to kill themselves in chat. And, you know, it's kind of ran like the Wild fucking West. And some people think that's pretty cool. That's pretty respectable. I enjoy that kind of content, and sure, it could be fun to engage it. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not like those other lefty knuckleheads who don't love blood. I love blood sports. I love engaging with blood sports. I have a few blood sports shit on my fucking channel. You should check it out. They're kind of funny. That's the whole gist. Sometimes things get spicy and it's ran the goddamn Wild West, but it's undoubtedly toxic as shit. And I know that's a very funny word to say, but I mean, there's no other attribute I could really ascribe to this sort of form of content other than it's just a place where you go if you don't really like have anything that really makes you happy. Like, you don't really have any like, oh, today I saw a wonderful dog this morning. They were super cute. I gave him a treat and I went on my merry way. You know, oh, I had such a wonderful day today. I went off with my girlfriend. These people don't have girlfriends. I went out with my girlfriend and, you know, we got boba tea or whatever. You know, they don't talk about shit like that. They just rant and ramble about other people and obsess about other people's lives, what's going on in their lives. And I understand, well, it's content. That's my job. It's my job to report it. No. It's not your job to incessantly report on every single fucking aspect of someone's life and shitting on it because you obsessively hate this person. You know, it's a bit more personal than that, Augie. Let's be fucking honest, okay? You know, things can be personal on that fucking show sometimes. You know, things. I've seen it plenty of fucking times. A great example, and I think that really was put on display for everyone to see if you were around during that time, was when Augie got into a fight with Technicals. The first thing people started doing was digging super fucking ultra deep into his past and found that they ran a chat where some minors were fucking being stupid or something. I can't remember exactly what happened, but point being, people were being irresponsible in that chat, and some people were trying to fucking call Technicals like a pedo or call his brother like a pedo or some shit. Like, really? When the whole drama started over like Zero, this Smash person who's like a fucking creep, okay? And Technical said, listen, okay, he done fucked up, but he only did it one time, and I'm willing to let him come back to making videos, but I don't think he should show up I don't think he should show up to events and stuff like that, because obviously there is this sort of lingering, you know, we don't really know if he's actually gotten help or anything like that, you know. That's how this whole thing started. Technicals essentially gave his opinion on that and tried to sort of vindicate Zero because he felt like he was being dogpiled. And Augie contested that wholeheartedly, and they got into this fucking fight. And like I said, people, they go and they want to dig into your past and they want to bring up some fucking shit and be like, look, you're a pedophile. Like, okay, like, it happens every fucking time. And by the way, the pedophile accusations are literally like fucking like razor, it's like razor thin. Like, it's like it could break with like just a little bit of context added to it. Like, you know, it's just super it's pathetic. It's sad. I've already made a video about that, about how I think Augie is a little pathetic sometimes, in his attempts to smear people who you guys just literally. Technical's biggest crime was just disagreeing with you, and you went after his fucking neck because he called your opinion retarded or something. Like, okay. But anyways, objectively toxic. It's an objectively toxic atmosphere, but they're proud of it. They're proud of it, and they want to. And there's seemingly no stop. There's no sort of like, hey, you know, my channel's getting bigger. I should probably, you know, chill a little bit if I want to optimize my channel's lifespan on YouTube. I should probably chill a little bit, because there's no telling when YouTube is gonna crack down again like they usually do. It's like almost like every 5 years YouTube cracks the fuck down on creators, and a lot of people's channels just disappear, right? And a lot of people's careers are fucking ruined. It just kind of happens, you know? Again, this seems to happen every 5 years. Happened in 2016, happened around 2020. It's 2023 right now. We're getting pretty damn close to the 5-year mark. You know, it's like, but yeah, essentially that. Instead of doing that, he insists on running the platform the way he does, which I'm not going to force him. At no point in this video, I'm going to be like, Augie should run his platform more responsibly. I think he should run his platform more responsibly if he gives a fuck about his fucking career on YouTube. You know? Like, that's clearly paying the bills. That what he's got, he regularly gets like 1,500 viewers like every time he fires. Well, granted, he fires up a stream when some spicy drama happens, but still, right? And he gets a lot of money thrown his fucking way. It pays the bills, okay? He clearly, like, it's not an illogical assumption, I think, to assume that he does this shit for a living, because I can't really imagine him really doing anything else. Other than, I don't know, fucking doing a Wendy's drive-thru shit or whatever. At no point am I gonna demand Augie change the way he runs his platform, okay? Quite frankly, I don't like the dude. He could run it into the fucking ground for all I fucking care. I'm just pointing out something that I find a little funny. So earlier I mentioned that the same fucking thing happened in 2018. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the kill stream, okay? If you weren't around that time, you don't know what the fuck that word means. You don't know what is a kill stream, okay? You don't know that. That's a whole nother can of worms. I'm not gonna go into the whole history of the kill stream, but essentially that platform, kill stream, ran by Ethan Ralph, was almost pretty fucking damn similar to After Hours. It's pretty damn similar in terms of structure, in terms of like, now granted, Killstream was ran a little bit more aggressively. The motherfucker was bringing on like white nationalists and white supremacists and talking about mowing down black people. But, you know, it generally had that same sort of toxic blood sports sort of atmosphere. And this stream was, while it was on YouTube, it was just as successful as Augie's stream is right fucking now, if not a little bit more. You know, and what happened with that is that they just kept doing it. They just kept running the platform like that. No end in sight, really. They got banned a few times here and there, but they you know, some people lended their channels to them and they kept streaming on there, but eventually it got too tasking. And they moved to other platforms. But essentially what caused that downfall of the kill stream was one stream. That was it. Just one stream. Just one stream got too fucking big for its britches. I don't know if that's how you say britches. Got too big for its own good. Flew a little too close to the fucking sun. And somebody noticed. Somebody who was working with the Washington Post, which is like a pretty well-renowned journalist sort of website. All it took was one article, and they were gone. Like that. Like they never existed. That's all it took. You know? And I think the way they went out was kind of shitty. They were doing like a charity stream, and they raised like what, like $200,000, I think, for St. Jude's, like children's hospital. Like, that $200,000 was literally rejected by St. Jude because there was a lot of pressure. It's like, you're accepting money from Nazis? It's like, it's money going to kids with cancer. Who cares where the fuck it's coming from? It could come from, well, actually no. If it came from pedophiles, okay, that's one fucking thing, okay. But like, you know, Nazis, you know, it's kids with cancer, okay? You can't be too fucking picky, all right? I think it was kind of bullshit the way they went out, to be honest, despite me, especially now, disagreeing with literally everything that show stood for. Raising $200,000 for kids with cancer, that's fucking awesome. But they got too fucking big for the britches, and YouTube fucking burnt them. And they're gone, and Killstream right now is a shadow of its former self. It's lost pretty much all of its co-hosts. Ralph has had mental breakdowns after mental breakdowns, and became essentially the laughingstock of that whole blood sports sphere for a fairly long time. I would say longer than Tonka Saw, that's another whole fucking thing. But yeah, you know, and ultimately I think Ralph really got himself to the point that he is because he's Ralph, and he literally cannot handle criticism. Like, he has even in the early days of his streams, like, you could see he does not handle criticism very fucking well. Even light jokes, he can't fucking do it. So really, his show is a shadow of its former self now, mainly because of his personality. But point being is that running a stream on YouTube, because there's no way in fuck Augie's gonna run that stream on fucking Twitch. That's for damn sure. YouTube is one of his really his only things right now that really bring home the fucking money. If he gets banned, if he gets too big for his britches, and some journalist over at the Washington Post over in Washington, D.C., I think that's where the Washington Post is from, or some journalist from New York, maybe, you know, it sounds stupid. I know it sounds stupid if you're in that community. Like, oh, the New York Times, the Washington Post, pay attention to Augie. It can happen. It can absolutely happen. I didn't think it would happen with the kill stream, and look what happened there. You know? And Augie's stream is growing. It's growing pretty fucking fast. It's growing pretty fucking big. He's becoming a increasingly more recognizable person on the internet. And it's the same fucking thing that happened with the kill stream. He got a little too big and he got fucking struck down. So really this video is just a warning for Augie. You know, you don't deserve it, the warning, but I'm just saying, I'm just being a little Nostradamus right now, and I'm just making my fucking predictions. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I would say around, I want to say 2025. Around 2025, he's going to get too big and YouTube's going to fucking clap him. I think that's after 2025, I lose that bet. I lose that bet, and I'll take the L on that. But he's got, you know, only so much time left on this fucking platform before, again, he gets too fucking big for his britches. And I also want to establish this because he likes dancing around this. Augie likes dancing around this. Your platform is toxic. It is fucking toxic. You do run campaigns against people for having different opinions than you. And you know, sure, occasionally he does attack the occasional pedophile or objectively fucking harmful person, you know, which is nice, but so does Kiwi Farms. But I'm not going to defend Kiwi Farms, okay? You know, largely speaking, his platform is used to hurt people that he deems cringe losers or whatever. Largely speaking, he weaponizes his own platform constantly to attack people he doesn't like. Like, it's so goddamn obvious, and they keep fucking trying to say like, well, it's not toxic, it's not toxic, I don't know what you mean by toxic, we're just memeing, it's just jokes, it's just jokes. It's not jokes. You dedicate hours to talking about people, running segments on them. Every time they say something that you think you could fucking take out of context or make fun of, you're gonna fucking do it. It's that fucking simple. If you need me to bring examples, I'll fucking bring examples, okay? It's pretty fucking, it's pretty easy example is Keffels. She's constantly taken out of context all the fucking time. All the fucking time by that whole sphere. Some people, for a specific example, people are saying that she was deliberately leaking information about where she was when she was being targeted by Kiwi Farms. That she was deliberately doing that so she could run her campaign better against them. And that they say that she said this. She literally said this. She never said that. She literally never said that. She said she made herself a lightning rod for Kiwi Farms so that, you know, they can focus their attack on her. So it makes it makes it easier to campaign against them, right? If they're all focusing and obsessing about her, it makes it easier for people to notice how obsessive and harmful their fucking platform is. That's the fucking reason that she gave. She never said that she was deliberately leaking out. Like, who the fuck actually thinks in their head that, oh, I'm just gonna take a picture of this blanket on this of this hotel bed and people are gonna know exactly what hotel? That's fucking retarded. Are you fucking serious? You mean to tell me she took a picture of the bit of a wall and bed sheets, and she was supposed to know that people can just find out exactly what hotel she was in? You're really gonna you're fucking stupid as shit. You are criminally stupid, right? Like, that should be illegal to be that fucking dumb, okay? That is not a normal assumption. You have to be a paranoid schizophrenic to fucking think like that, okay? Which is also kind of rich because Augie often takes pictures of, you know, him and his friends hanging out in an Airbnb. It's like, are you doxing yourself? Are you purposely, intentionally doxing yourself so you can have people come to your house and harass? Fuck off. That shit's so dumb. Oh my god. But yeah, like that's an example of like she's constantly taken out of context. Now, granted, even Keffals is willing to say this too. Yeah, she did some fucking shitty things. She doesn't stand by the whole, you know, showing Joshua Moon's face, you know, like, or not his face, but his showing his mom and stuff like that, and you know, like putting, you know, making call out posts on his mom, or not call out posts, but like, you know, posting pictures of him and his mom and shit. Like that's kind of fucking out of pocket, okay? And she doesn't stand by that. She said as much. God damn it. I just memorized something, but if I bring it up now, it's kind of irrelevant. But essentially, that's what it is, right? It is what it is. That's how Augie wants to run his platform. He can run it. He can run it. But that high that you're having right now, it ain't gonna be around forever, dude. It's so, I know for a matter of fact it tickles his ego. You could see in that stream where Keffals and Tipster quite frankly flopped. You know, that they were huffing their own fucking farts. They were getting really high off of it. It's like, oh look, the person who my community hates the fucking most is here to lecture me about how I'm running my platform toxic, and that I should need to be more responsible with my platforming. What an easy dunk. Like, really, it's just a fucking warning. You know, you might not get banned for transphobia or something like that, but it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be something else personally. I can't really guess what, but I don't think it's transphobia, because there's tons of fucking people who see all kinds of wild shit about trans people, and they still have their fucking platforms. Yeah. But it's gonna be something else. There's gonna be a moment in time. That's all I can say. That's the inevitable end of Augie RFC. Using the trajectory that he's going in, okay? He might change his platform, he might switch things up, he might take a break, which might lower his chances of getting spotted out by big journalists and stuff like that. You know, but again, like, if you keep running your platform like that, it's gonna happen. It happens every 5 years, okay? Pretty concisely. That's the end of the video, man. Brother, man. Leave a like and subscribe or something, dog. Leave a dislike if you're gay, homosexual. Next video, I already forgot. There was a thing I wanted to talk about last night that I was like, ooh, that would make another good talk. Oh yeah, okay. I might make a video on that fucking poncho, dude, because holy fuck, what a easy dunk. What a easy dunk. What a dumbass. Oh my god, this dude literally has no idea what he's talking about. It's so fucking funny. And he pays attention to smaller content creators? Sign me the fuck up, dude. Yeah, poncho video might be coming. You know, if you don't know, you'll know when that video comes out, or you might watch Tipster or fucking Keffals or some shit. I don't fucking know. Or Xander Hall. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, do shit, right? Okay, we're almost at 500, dude. I swear to God, this video better get me to 500, or I will chop my nuts.